deciding factor in making music your career?
Well, after playing music, when I started as a kid, I was 7 years old with my younger brother. My parents got us into a youth group, and so we started playing in bands since that time, and that turned into private lessons, and then that turned into like, in high school, I met, my classmates, we formed a band together. It was so much fun, and I started, I had so much fun doing it. I was getting, I had an affinity for jazz, so I decided to pursue that as a career.
What do you like to do when you're not performing?
A lot of things really, but mostly like just kind of getting away from the music, just kicking back, and spending time with my wife, or watching movies, or catching up on the shows we missed during the week, or go out to dinner, or eat at home, or just I'm kind of a homebody a little bit, but I like to get out a little bit with friends and stuff. So just kick back, have some good times at home, or go out a little bit.
Okay, what's on your iPod?
Oh wow, lots of songs. I have like over 700 songs on my iPod in my iTunes. So of course I have all my songs,
right,
which is like, I don't know, over 60 songs. So that's pretty cool. But I have a lot of from pop to jazz, to some electronica, to a little bit of rock. It's a lot of different songs, and plus, musical ideas I have in my head. I also put those in my iTunes, so they'll come up. If I want to go to an idea, I can just put it off my iPod as well. So, lots of stuff.
All right. How do you see the smooth jazz community advancing over the next 5 years? I
hope that everyone just still keeps sticking together, and it keeps promoting our genre, so that it becomes bigger than it's ever been, basically. And without the fan support, it's hard to do really anything. So hopefully, everyone just stays together and keeps supporting it, and it can come to a greater place. And because right now, I think smooth jazz is hit a lull. So hopefully, if we can persevere this and keep on going, it will be good. Get through it.
What inspired you to choose the saxophone as your instrument? What attracted you to the sax?
That's an interesting story because, as I said earlier, when I started when I was 7, my parents got me into a youth group in Denver, Colorado, a youth music group. And the funny thing is, when on our first meeting, we meet the band director, and my brother and I went in, and he looks at your stature, your size, how tall you are. He looks at your hands. He just kind of sizes you up and what instrument you should play. And so the funny part is, I never picked a saxophone. He picked it for me. The band director looked at me and said, looked at my hand and said, "We're going to have you on saxophone, my brother. We're going to have you on clarinet." So that's how the saxophone was chosen.
Wow. So from there, it was a good fit for you also.
I think so. Yeah, I'm glad I picked that instrument. I stuck with it.
Okay. What is your most memorable smooth jazz moment? Last night was very good playing with the Rivingtons. But I think basically the best ones are like when I'm playing my own show, and when everyone's applauding greatly or even giving me a standing ovation at the end of each show, for the performance that night, it feels so good, that's what you want to achieve after each show. Everyone just really jubilantly applauding you. It's nice also when you get when your song is at the top of the charts. I've had a few #1 records, a few #1 songs, like Exotic, Till We Meet Again, Ladies' Choice. That's my first #1 CD, on Billboard last year, so that was one of my greatest smooth jazz moments as well. That's gotta feel great.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite new smooth jazz artist?
I would have to say, she's my label mate now. She came out with a bang last year on tenor sax. Her name is Jessie J. And I like the song she had. She's very good. So Jessie J.
Okay. Can you tell us one artist that you'd like to perform with and why?
During my little career, I got to play with a lot of different people, collaborating at different shows and stuff. So I played with a lot of the folks. But let's see. I played with Jeff Lorber, one of my idols. I got to play with him, and he produced one of my albums. So maybe Paul Hardcastle. Yeah, he lives in England, so it's kind of far away, but who knows? He's pretty cool.
All right. Tell us something about yourself that would surprise your fans.
Oh my God! Without getting too personal, let's see. I think I let out a few years ago that one of my hobbies is like comic books and action figures. So I don't know if that's surprising now, but I collect action figures of like superheroes of Marvel superheroes.
Marvel comics.
So let's see, anything other than that. Let's see what that surprise. Okay, that I'm really into the cooking shows they have out now on cable. And I watch Top Chef. I watch Emerald, when Emerald came out, the band stuff, he did the bands inside, watching shows. But then, I learned how to actually, I'm not really much of a cook at all. I don't really cook at all. I just make some crazy stuff. My wife cooks, but she buys salmon from time to time. And so I said, well, you know what? I bet I can cook salmon. I'm going to try salmon. So you know what I did? I got online. I went to Google. I went to YouTube, and I put in how to cook salmon. And sure enough, that there's several videos on how to cook salmon. So I picked one of the videos that caught my eye, and I followed it. It's like 4 steps, and I made salmon. It came out really good.
Right.
So I hope it surprised people.
Yeah, that is surprising. Can you tell us about some of the new projects you have coming up? Some of the new tours, shows, projects, CDs?
I'd love to. This is the brand new year, 09. So I have a brand new CD coming out, and it's probably gonna, I think 90%, probably gonna be called Back in the Day. You got it there first. You got it there first. Back in the Day.
Back in the Day.
And it's gonna be coming out hopefully in May or June, sometime in that area, like late spring, early summer. So everyone look for that. And it's probably gonna be, it's kind of going, it's kind of like it's like a theme album, like more kind of retro kind of sound. So I made a point to go back to the old sounds, So back in the day, here we go. And so I'll be kind of like giving you guys some new sounds, like the tenor sax a little bit. So it might sound a little different to people, but it's still me. But hopefully people can relate to it and hope they like it.
I'm sure we will. What about your day?
Oh yeah, exactly. I know everyone's asking me, oh, when are you going to be on tour? When are you going to have some concerts this year? And I'm going to be posting them on my website pretty soon, as well as on all the networking sites and stuff. So we're getting some dates in as we know, and let's see. It seems like a lot of the year is going to be working in tandem shows, like with my good friend Alex Bouillon, keyboardist. We'll be doing some shows with him. And also, just a couple days ago, I'm told of another little show, package show I'll be part of, with Mary Meadows, Michael Linton, myself, nice little threesome. And it's going to be called Gentlemen of the Night.
Okay.
So,
can you give us a little sneak preview? Do you have any idea of when those gentlemen might be playing for us?
I wish I could right now, but it's still, still putting it together. But I understand it's going to be more like dates on the West Coast. So with those two things, and then with my solo shows, I hope we can do it. So it's already February, so got to get it done.
That's true. Okay. Thank you very much, Smooth Jazz Lovers. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you guys. It's good.